What's up, lads? It's Dr. Hippo time. Wario vs. Lucas is the newest episode of Smash Bros. And I had some thoughts about it. This is my little review for it, just to space out all my trailers. And hey, we're almost at 1,000 subs, so it'd be neat to get that too. So make sure you're subscribed. Now, onto the episode. First off, I don't usually talk about the analysis segments that much on versus shows, mostly because it takes a lot to have a bad analysis in the show. But I have to be honest, this was amazing. Before the episode released, I joked about Wario having the greatest analysis in the show. But honestly, it was. Wario and Lucas had some of my favorite analysis segments in all of Smash Bros. Hell, just in all of Versus shows. It was super interesting learning about Lucas and Mother, and I could really tell Inc. or whoever wrote the episode really cared about these characters in the verse. And the ending of it was just super respectable, which I love in analyses. Like in Boros versus Deoxys, and the Might, and All Might versus Might guy. And the Wario analysis was super fun, and I laughed a lot. A couple of these parts really got me with the editing. And speaking of that, the editing was also spectacular. I really loved it. So this episode both gave me a super good serious analysis and a super good funny analysis. It's the best of both worlds. And that's just great. A super strong start to the episode, but how did the animation stack up? It was also spectacular. For starters, this app is really funny and in character for both. The references for the Game Boys and Death Battle were also really funny. And the actual animation is really smooth and nice to look at. The fight starts and already there's a ton of personality with both. Wario is a lovable, greedy douche, and while Lucas plays it smart and strategizes his attacks with his healing and spells. And another thing with a ton of personality, the track. What a funky, jazzy time, especially with this one part. That's a really fun way to use Lucas's attack, and overall, I just really like the song on its own. Then we start the fight with some goofy and fun attacks with the banana peel and stuff like that, which is just perfect for this fight. And then we get, oh my god, Wario throws stuff at Lucas and summons a freaking bear to attack Wario. We get a fun reference to the ramen from the analysis, which I found really funny. A chase scene starts between Wario and the bear, who then rides it like a bull towards Lucas and puts on his Tremor hat, which I am a little disappointed he didn't use, but hey, Wario uses so many other hats, I can't complain. A little chase scene starts, and I have to love that Wario just gives up when he lets the bomb hit him. Then we get a part that I really enjoyed with their powers countering each other. Lucas explodes him, Wario's fire mode. Lucas zaps him, Wario's electricity mode. Who then Lucas also counters with his lightning badge then. It's fun to see these two completely random characters perfectly counter each other. That's so much fun. Then we get this great music scene that I talked about before. Lucas uses PK Love, which reminds me of how good the effects look. And then we get a point where the choreography gets a little stale. Wario leaves off screen to get Thing. Lucas gets the upper hand. Wario comes back with new Thing, which I'm fine with, but it happens 3 times in a row, and it just gets a little stale. But at least visually it looks really good, which that definitely helps. There's also this one part with Lucas and his bat, which it randomly cuts to like a really close-up shot of Lucas, which looked really weird. It's like, why didn't you just keep the attack, keep it going, not zoom in the middle of it? That was just my thought process behind it. And I really love the bit with the snake. Wario trying to pull out the flames on the motorcycle was also funny. And then the next shot is a little weird, with the world just kinda ending. Then we get Super Wario, which is fun. I think that really got me for a second, mostly because of Wario's scream, which is really good. Wario gets the upper hand, and we get a really weak death, but the moments afterwards are so good. With Wario making his grave, spelling his name wrong, then exploding it while wearing sunglasses, walking behind it. That is amazing. and perfectly in character for this greedy douchebag. The conclusion was also super in-depth, which I liked a lot, and made this fight really close. And I'm excited for this goofballs next time, which, speaking of next times, Yoshi versus Banjo and Kazooie. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm rooting both Ben and Yoshi. Overall, I had a really great time with this episode. I had some minor stuff that I talked about before, but honestly, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. This is a 10 out of 10 episode. Not only one of my favorites from the channel, but just one of my favorites from Versus in general. I had so much fun with this episode. And I'm excited for the rest of Mario Month to come, and I'll see you all next time.